you know, they told me don't pay any more of your debt so you can save some money to pay for the fees.
Right.
And then because once that paperwork gets filed and the creditors get notified, I'll call cease. It is illegal for them to contact you for money.
Okay.
Because of your debt. Illegal.
Okay, so now we went to the lawyer. Now, now let's just say that the $2,000 hit is probably a generic ballpark number that could for what we're talking about.
Right.
Okay, pardon me. Okay, so now we've gone to the lawyer. We've talked about. He's looked at our stuff. I know how. Now the first consultation is free. When do you have to pay that $2,000? Before at the next meeting.
I paid the next time once I decided to go and I knew what. Once I was told that I would be a good candidate, we didn't know if it was Chapter 11 or Chapter 13.
Okay.
You don't know until the paperwork's filed.
Okay.
Because as with like tax laws and anything else, they change frequently. So, but we originally thought I would qualify for Chapter 11.
Okay.
So we got the money together, and brought in that's when you bring in everything. You bring in like your last 6 months of credit card statements, your last 6 months of income.
Right.
You know,
so it's
6
important
months of
to
everything.
save your paperwork.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, because I had to go and thank God some of the stuff was electronic, because I had to go back and print out.
Okay.
You know, and when you get paid weekly, like I do at one job, that's a pain in the butt. I had to print out 6 months of
it's a lot of
pay
statements.
stubs. Yeah, it's the pay stubs. You know, but you have to save. Yeah, it's like everywhere that your money could have gone.
Right.
You know, in or out, you have to have that. Yeah,
Right.
and then they fill out all the forms and they file it with the court.
Okay, now that's the next step. So we went to the lawyer. We had the.
But you have to pay before they you have to pay before they even do any of that
That's
stuff.
like when I make a commercial, when I go out to shoot, you pay me then.
Right.
Not when I edit it and you look at it.
Right.
Now, I agreed to make changes.
Right.
But I don't.
It's kind of like half now, half on delivery, because that $2,000 I paid wasn't the full lawyer fee. That was the processing fee.
Right.
And the rest of the lawyer fees are built into
what's happening.
What's happening, yeah.
Okay, so now we had our free consultation. We got enough information from the attorney because we were honest with him to find out that we needed to that we could file. We would be a candidate for filing. We pay him. Now, here's the question: you pay him, and somebody could still decide that you can't bankrupt?
No. Yes, no.
Okay.
I'm not really sure about that.
In theory, if they accept your money, they expect to get the bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Okay, but probably
but it
not
all
a guarantee.
depends on honesty and how long it takes for everything to process.
Okay.
Because I kid you not, there was,
wait. Before we go to because I want to go to processing next. Because what's happened is we've had a consultation. We've agreed with the attorney. We've come and we brought in all of our stuff. We filled out the forms. We paid him his money, and now he's got to do something with the court.
Yeah. Then what happens is that you go to court, and it's just bankruptcy court. Do you have to
appear?
There's 2 court dates. One you have to appear, and one you don't.
Okay.
One, and I don't understand the difference between the 2. I just know I had to appear at one, and
is it intimidating?
It could be because they process. They probably do like 150 of these a day. They're real quick. They're like 2-3 minutes. They record them.
Okay, so
you state your name, but then they ask questions. When's your birthday?
Right.
You know, and she's got
tough ones, huh?
Yeah. So. You know, did you file your tax return? Did you do this? Do you have copies of this? Did you send this in? And you're like, yes, no, yes, no, yeah, and so it's kind of intimidating in that aspect.
Right.
But that's when also, if, for example, because I saw this, you didn't say that you owed any back taxes.
Okay.
And the IRS will show up, and then you have to explain why you didn't pay your taxes.
I see.
You know, and then that becomes part of a case. And then if there's any complications that can't be resolved within that 15-minute time window, you have to go and sort that out, and then you have to come back. Yeah.
Does the attorney go with you when you go?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
So you're not alone.
You're not alone.
Okay.
No, you're with the attorney.
Okay.
And you know, and my attorney was like, just answer everything honestly, and I'm like, okay.
That's why I'm here.
And he's like, but just yes or no.
Right.
So okay.
They don't need the Reader's Digest version. Yes or no, I know.
So.
I got hit by that with a cop one time. I was trying to go into 9/11 after it was down. We were going in to shoot some pictures. And I'm starting to explain to him what I'm doing, and why. He says, I don't need to read his digest version. You got to press pass, yes, go in. Just cut to the chase. Yes, no, okay.
That's pretty much it. And
okay, so now you went to your first court appearance. Was that the first one you had to appear at, or the second?
I don't remember.
Okay, but yeah, one
I just
you
remember
did.
you get letters. That's your document, your documentation or your
Okay.
notifications. You just get a letter in the mail, and it just
Okay.
says from so and so,
Right.
and it it says you have to blah blah blah,
Right,
and they
yeah.
give you a date and a time and a
Right.
location, and you better be there.
Right.
And if you miss it,
Right.
you get one more time to make it up.
And then
like
it's nuts.
yeah, and then
Thrown
it's
out.
it. And people miss it for.
Yeah, I know,
for
but I
whatever
mean, you
reason.
drop that
I
$2,000,
missed
you
my,
gotta miss.
I missed my
gotta
first
be there.
one
Oh,
because
really?
I misread the letter,
Oh.
and then my lawyer called me now.
yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
oops, I'm sorry.
Okay, and then one time the lawyer can go by himself.
Yeah,
guess.
and I don't
Okay.
understand what I think that's the one where the creditors put in their claim
Right.
for
Whatever's owed.
whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, so now, there's a free consultation. We sit down with the lawyer. We decide what we're going to do. We pay the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
We prepare all of our papers. We get called into court. We answer the questions. The lawyer comes back at another time and deals with the thing, and then so now is the next step whether you either get it or not.
kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. It just my assumption is that you just get it, and then they give me a letter saying you owe this much.
Okay.
What they did is for Chapter 13 is they looked at how much I make. They look at how much you need to survive on a monthly basis.
Right.
And then the creditors make their claim saying, well, she owes me $15,000.
Right.
And they make it to this trustee.
Right.
And then the trustee says, well, she's only going to pay you back 7.
Okay.
And the creditor says, but she owes 15. And he says, I don't care. She's still going to pay you back 7.
Right.
And it's going to be on a payment plan. And
Right.
payments are going to start this.
Okay.
So then the trustee says, okay, you owe me this much a month.
Right.
We're going to take it out of your account automatically. So
Right.
they guarantee they get it.
Right.
Goes to this trustee who's kind of like the bank.
Right.
And then he writes
the
the
payments.
checks to whoever and
Okay.
whoever and whoever. And that's it.
Wow. And did you do 13 or 11?
I did 13.
You did 13. So
Yeah.
what happened
so I make
was
payments monthly.
Okay, so they and you this is like dues. You don't actually make the payments; they take them.
They take it out. They just take.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
you have the option to pay them, but when you pay
forget it.
them, you have to do bank checks or money orders. They won't
Forget
accept
it, it's not
personal
worth it.
checks. Right. So, or you can just have it automatically debited. And I was
And
like,
that's the way
just
to
take
go.
this out
That would be
automatic.
the way. Now, now on the other side of that, if you qualified for, if you were someone maybe even like myself, let me tell you something. With what you make as a teacher, forget all the other things you do. You make a lot more money a year than I do.
Right.
Now I'm old. I've gotten all my toys, so it's not like I'm not suffering.
Right.
But I make substantially less.
Right.
So when I went into, the reason I'm really interested in this because I'm going through a deed in lieu and the mortgage and all that stuff, and I really had a chance to find out that I'm just living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not.
Right. And it's tough. And it's tough when it is, but
Well. But
research. Do your research and
Right.
get a good attorney because
that's important.
that's nothing's funnier than watching number one the IRS tell the representative, the court representative during
Right.
these
Right.
hearings that you aren't gonna you owe them so much money in
Right.
back taxes, and then the court representative looking at the attorney being like, and you didn't know about this,
All right.
and
Not good.
yeah, and
And
then
it
I
makes him look silly.
yeah, and then I just start laughing because I thought the whole thing was funny. I mean, because
Yes, and
So-
on that note, okay.
you got to
so,
find humor in every situation.
Okay,
so.
no, that's right. But that's part of having a positive outlook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's important. Now, so that's bankruptcy. This is in a nutshell. You got an idea of the steps that you go through. You have some idea of what to expect. If it happens to you. Now, 40 years ago, when I used to play in
So
Greenwich
now-
Village. What?
I was -10 then.
That's scary. Anyway, so 40 years ago, when I played in Greenwich Village, I played, Wizard of Waverly Place. We can get into that story someday. But anyway, so I used to play in Washington Square Park.
Cool.
And when you play outside, you can't really play quiet songs. You have to play songs because you've got all this world happening around you, and you still want people to throw quarters, or better, quarters about the best, in your guitar case. So I came up with, I never really wrote for specific reasons. I was always inspired, and I would write a song and stuff like that. And anyway, this was a big street hit. This song is called Sunshine Down the Line. We included for you that when, and she said she loves the song, makes me feel really proud.
I love it.
You know, and it's online, it's going to be up, so if you like it and you want to see it more, you can go to the show on YouTube. Although I thank our friends at Manhattan Neighborhood Network from the bottom of my heart for allowing us to do the show, because I love doing it, and you know, it's been really nice. But okay, I have to get out now. So here it is. This is Sunshine Down the Line, and we'll see you next week. But I can't tell you what we're going to talk about, because what if I switch and you know, so we don't know. So, yes, Mademoiselle,
Thank
bon
you.
appetit. Oh, and even if it's a little thing, do something good to make the world a better place.
Well, sometimes when the chips are down for people that you know, try real hard to lift them up and try to let them know that there's sunshine down the line, further down the road to go, breezes blowing fine. So just enjoy the fact that you're alive. Well, sometimes when the people cry, try to let them see, and the tears are shed to make you glad there's somewhere else to be. There's sunshine down the line, further down the road to go, breezes blowing fine. So just enjoy the fact that you're alive, and don't behave on cloudy days by running away. Hey, stand up and let your hair down and get it wet, chase the clouds away. So sometimes when the darkest night creeps into your day, find a friend and hold them close and let love light your way. For there's sunshine down the line, further down the road to go, blowing fine. So just enjoy the fact that you're alive. Oh, there's sunshine down the line, further down the road to go, breezes blowing fine. So just enjoy the fact that you're alive.